Okay, hello and welcome everybody to this special training call that you get to learn about the ARIIX XOffice and e-wallet and all of the fun that comes along with that. And we're proud, excited. Today is May 28th, and we're less than a week away from the databases coming together and our families. I know, right? I don't know if it's the marriage license or the adoption papers. One of the two is happening next Wednesday, and we're excited about that. And you've been a part of some of the trainings the last couple of weeks, but this week we have a focus for you, and we have invited Omar Moreno, who is director of our customer service, our consumer relations across the world. He actually helps in training and setting up those customer service departments around the world. So he has been with ARIIX for a long time and knows a lot. And at the end, we'll open it up for questions if you have it. But with that, I am going to bring on and introduce to you Mr. Omar Moreno. Omar.
Hey everyone, like Rick said, I am Omar Moreno. I have been with ARIIX for quite a while now. I'm going on 8 years, so I have seen all the changes through the comp plan, the back office, and all. I've been through all the growing pains. So it's pretty awesome to be a part of this training. I am super excited for this call and for the merger. I know we are going to accomplish great things. So we'll start off with something that I think is super important, and I'll share my screen right now, and that's the whole XOffice training, right? The reason being, nowadays, MLM, just a little background, ARIIX is the first company where I work for an MLM. I didn't even know what a multi-level marketing company was, let alone that there was a corporate side to it. So ARIIX is the first one, but I've noticed throughout my time with ARIIX that times are definitely changing and people are more likely to do things on their phone and online. So it's very useful to pretty much be able to navigate the basic necessities of your business through your XOffice portal. So let me share my screen and we can begin the training. Just give me one quick second. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see my second screen here in a bit. And let me know if you see it. You should see the XOffice.
It's working at it. Yes, now we can.
Okay, awesome. All right, so all of you, when you first log in, you'll go to ARIIX.com, and then you'll type in your ID and your password. If you don't have a password, what you'll see is a register for the first time, which will allow you to register. And then you'll be able to log into this XOffice, right? So this is the landing page of your XOffice. You'll notice briefly that at the top right-hand side, you have your ID number. You have your account. Is it a member rep? You'll have also your rank. After you merge over, it'll give you a rank. And then you'll have the name on the account. Since this is a training account, there's not going to be a lot of activity on it, but we'll still proceed with some of the things. You also see if this account was active and it was doing the business here in the center where my mouse is kind of hovering over, you'll notice that it'll give you your power ranking. So it'll tell you where you are in the world, in the country, and in the region. And if you're part of the next gen, it'll show you where you are in the next gen. This little globe allows you to change it to whatever language you wish. So if someone is in the US but speaks a different language like Spanish or Italian, they can switch the language on the US site for themselves, okay? Really important, when you first land on the page, you'll notice these quick links right here at the top. And what they do is they give you access to quickly to certain things that are quick, like your shopping cart, enrolling a new representative or a new customer, setting up your auto delivery, your dashboard and stuff like that. We'll go through these in a little bit. And then you'll see here we have what we call sliders. So these sliders usually have information that we deem very important to you in your business. It could be anything from awards that we have that you can brag about. It could be upcoming promotions. It could be an upcoming contest. It'll be anything that ARIIX thinks it's important for you and your business to know to help you be successful. So like right now, there's just this Powerful new, now's the time video to share. We think that's very useful, especially during the whole pandemic. I'm sure in the future we'll all look back and laugh about all of this, but right now we deem it important, so that's what's on there. And like I said, you'll see all the sliders that we think are very important. On the left-hand side, you'll see what we call the scrolling dashboard, okay? So as soon as I put my cursor over that scrolling dashboard, it stopped. It allows me to navigate the dashboard and just kind of, oops, sorry. It allows me just to kind of see what's going on. The dashboard is the health of my organization. All that means is it's letting me know the quick details about how my business is doing. So I'll stop it if it lets me stop it. So I'll stop it when it shows me what's going on here in a bit so I can explain what that means. So why is it not? Sorry. Okay, so the dashboard, it'll show you the health of your organization. So you'll see that here we have this account only has one income position, but if it had multiple income positions, you would see that the IP line is 1.1 for your first income position, line 1, 1.2 for your line 2, and so on. And if there was a second income position, it would show 2.1, 2.2, and then there's a third, it'll show that. New volume is any new volume in your organization from new enrollments or auto deliveries for that given week. The CO volume will be carryover volume from a previous week on your power line. And then the total volume will be the total volume for that week on that line. Now the estimated payout, it's an estimate of the 15% that you would get on your pay line volume. Now the reason why it's an estimate is because anything can happen from today till tomorrow till we run the commission, so it could go up or down. And then you'll see that at the bottom it says total and then total pay line volume. So this is a good indicator of what your estimate commissions for that week will be. So if there's a total pay line volume of 10,000 points, it's saying that I have accumulated 10,000 points from all my pay lines, and I will generate 15% of that. At the bottom, you'll see that it says power line in red, and then it has a P in red, and then it says pay line in green. So anything labeled with a little green L, that's where you'll generate most of your base commission from. Next in line, and next underneath that, we have what the team lead bonus is. So it'll give you the range for that team lead bonus, and then it'll tell you the business level. It'll give you the percentage, and then the team lead volume that you would get paid off and what you got paid on that. So if I had enrolled 2 new reps on my line 2, then I would see new volume for those 2 new reps, right? It would just reflect as, let's say, 2 ultimates. So I would see 1,500 points. And then in here, they would fall into the 30%. So I should see 3,000 points of new team lead volume bonus. And then that's what I would generate a team lead bonus off of. Also at the top, it'll show important alerts. Again, this account is a training account, so there isn't any activity on it, but what you guys will mostly see when you log in, it'll give you reports that we think are super important for your business, like who has an auto delivery that's upcoming, who has enrolled in your organization, and they are links that you can click on. So you'll be able to click on these links, and it'll show you how many new enrollments you have, if there are any reps that have fallen off cycle. It's a really cool indicator. Like it helps you kind of manage your business without having to dig deep into the website, if that makes any sense. So let me share one account briefly. That's an active account. So if you can see here, can you guys see my screen? Okay, so you'll see for this particular account, like I was mentioning at the top, sorry, I'm pointing with my finger instead of my mouse. You'll notice at the top, it says power ranking, and then tells me where I'm at, worldwide, region, country, and state. And then we have the scrolling dashboard, right? It has an active account. So this is what I was referring to, the important alerts. So you'll see these reports. You'll see that you have a report that lets you know how many representatives need to place their qualifying order for this week, which is really good for you guys in retention, because anything that you do to retain those 14 reps that are not active or promoters, it will reflect back on your power ranking under the leadership algorithm, right? So that'll help you increase your power ranking. Then you'll see that Underneath that one, it says 297 representatives that have not placed an order in 60 days. If you wish to get some win back campaigns, especially when we do have some promotions for win backs, this report would be really useful to click on and see who hasn't purchased or hasn't been active in those 60 days and try to get them to come back. And then the next report is you have one representative that has less than 7 days to purchase the 2X membership. And why is the 2X membership important? It's because it'll double all your bonuses in the compensation plan with the exception of the team lead bonus and the retail, okay? So that's what you'll see on an active account. So when you guys log in, you'll see some of that stuff, okay? So let's move on to some of the other features on this, okay? So we'll start with, excuse me, the quick links. These quick links can also be accessed through the top sections up here. So I won't go over both of them. I'll just kind of briefly explain them when I get to that section. But the shopping cart quick link, when you click on it, it'll take you to your shopping cart. So it'll ask you if you want to proceed in English, etc. You can do take me to ARIIX USA. Depending on the market that you're in, that's where it will default. Excuse me. Or it'll say choose another market. You'll click on whatever you wish to place the order. Now, please keep in mind that whatever market you choose, you will only see the available products for that market. So when you click on Mexico, you only see what's available for Mexico. And that could be anything, whether a product is not available or a product has a different formula just to get it into the country. Once you land into the shopping cart, you'll see that on the left-hand side, we have filters that you can filter through brand. So if you want to have a specific brand that you're looking at, you can filter through that. The categories, you can search packs, supplement, weight loss, whatever category you're looking for. Or if you rather do a search by volume amounts, you can filter through that as well. On here, on the right-hand side, you'll have a search box where you can type in the product that you wish to search for. For example, if you're searching for the drops, you can type in Slenderize and it'll pull up. And then right underneath, it has a notification that says add 100 PV to the cart to unlock savings on select products. That's the loyalty product benefit, right? That's for me being qualified and active. That's where all my fun reward dollars come into play, all that awesome stuff that ARIIX rewards you for your hard work. That's where I could apply some of this. Some of you this account doesn't have it. Some of you will already see want to buy a loyalty product. And so you can click on that and it'll take you to the loyalty shopping. So depending on whether you're qualified or not, you'll see buy the product or learn how to unlock the product. Then you can do underneath it, you can shop again, another filter by the brand, category, product, country, or filter. One thing I forgot to mention is in the search box, if we're ever doing some special for any of you, sometimes it will not show the product in the shopping cart, but you'll be able to search it depending on the promotion we're doing. So then right here, you'll see the product that's available. You can scroll down. It'll give you a kind of a generic of the product stuff that we have available. And then you'll have a price depending on whether you have an auto delivery for a representative or promoter. You'll see the wholesale price or the 15% discount. If you're a customer and you land on your shopping cart page, you'll see either you'll see retail price, but if you have your auto delivery turned on, you'll see the 50% discount. Or if you have a promo code from the sponsor, so for many of you guys, if they have a promo code, then they'll be able to see the 15% discount. If they have both a promo code and their auto delivery, then they'll see the full 30% discount or the wholesale price. Right next to it, you'll see the volume attached, the point volume for that specific order. And then you can put the quantity by clicking on it. And then this little cart with the plus sign, when you click on it, it'll add it to the cart. So I'll just click on the Pure Nourish Natural just for training purposes. And you'll see that it said add it to the cart, right? So now I have up here a little shopping cart and it has a number, which is the volume associated with that order. So if I keep adding stuff to it, that number will keep increasing. Once I decide to check out, I can click on the little shopping cart. And then it'll take me to the checkout section to kind of review. It'll give me again that pop-up if I want to use loyalty. If I'm not qualified, it'll show me how to get qualified. especially if I put my cursor over the question mark. And then it'll tell me one-time purchases underneath. I can empty the cart, continue, keep shopping from other products, or I can proceed with next. You'll see that there's zero reward dollar activity because I'm not using the loyalty coupon on this, or the, no, sorry, I'm not using the loyalty product to buy this. Then if you click on next, it'll take you to the next page, which should be automatically, it should pop up your shipping address, your billing address, all that information. Um, I did add e-wallet credit to this, so hopefully it'll let me choose this so I can show you guys an e-wallet. And when I train out an e-wallet, you can reference back to this section. So it'll give you the address that it's being sent to. Any shipping addresses that are on here, you can click on the down tab arrow and it'll let you choose from, or you can just check the little box to use the primary address. It'll give you your email. You can choose the shipping method. This is really important to understand. The next day, depending on when you place it, if it is placed, I believe, before 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, it'll be packaged and shipped that same day. If it's placed after 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which for those on the East Coast, it's 2 p.m., then it'll be packaged and shipped the following day. So there will be a 1-day delay. And that kind of goes the same for the 2 days. And it'll give you kind of like a brief explanation here. Sorry, pointing with my finger again. It'll show you here next day and 2 day. You'll see Monday to Friday orders before 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time will ship the same day, okay? Let's see, if you guys do purchase an order on a Friday, we do not do deliveries on Saturdays unless you have specified with the carrier. So like if you're doing UPS, ground, or FedEx, whatever the case may be, express on that. Then if you have your personal account set up with them, you can choose a Saturday delivery. If not, it'll just go to the following business day. So I'll just click next and leave it as priority. And then when I do that, it'll take me to the payment screen. It should have a credit card saved on file. Okay, qualifies for shipping. You'll get this little message if they haven't purchased anything before. So all that means is that, so for a new rep, what we want to do is get the product to them as fast as we can. So any new enrollment, they'll see this message, or you'll see the message when you're helping them sign up for that. All it means is they will pay for standard shipping, but they'll get priority shipping. So it'll arrive to them within 2 to 3 business days, depending on where it's going. And so now you'll see the payment option, and okay, so it's not reflecting on here, but again, it was done manually, so it could take 15 to 30 minutes to reflect. But if the account had e-wallet credit, like I added on this, it'll say select from existing card or use a credit card, and then the next option will say use e-wallet balance. When I click on the use e-wallet balance, it'll give me a box that I can type in the amount that I want to use, okay? And I'll go over the e-wallet balance to explain what that means. But up here in the payment information is where you'll see that. And then the billing address you'll choose, and then you'll click submit order. And I won't do it because it's a live account, but it's a training account, so it'll try to charge whomever's card is on here. So I won't click submit the order. But what you'll see is once you hit that, if it goes through, it'll say thank you for your order. If it's a brand new rep or a customer, it'll give them a welcome message, and they should receive some notification in their email with the new ID. If it's just an order for an existing representative or customer, it'll just say congratulations, your order's on its way. Now, if you do, guys, this is really important to understand. If you do get an error, and the error will tell you call the bank, or it'll say call customer service. If it says customer service, it just means that for whatever reason, it triggered our fraud system to stop the order from going through. So then all you need to do is contact us, and we can tell you what happened, and we can place the order for you. If it tells you contact the bank, all that means is that for one reason or another, the card issuer did not authorize or recognize the charge. And it could be anything from charges coming from Utah and a company that's unknown that hasn't purchased before. It could be the bank just didn't recognize. One thing I have noticed is, for example, if I have a continuous order of under 150 and then all of a sudden it bumps up to 250, the bank will flag it because it's not normal behavior for that particular card. So if it does say contact that bank, just make sure you contact the issuing card holder and just let them know that you're trying to process this charge. Okay. So that's the shopping cart. um, the new rep enrollment and then the new customer enrollment follow the same protocol when you're placing their first initial order. So I'll still walk you through the new rep enrollment. The customer one, it's the same exact experience that you'll see. It'll say, take me to ARIIX USA or choose another market. So it's going to depend on where you're enrolling this new promoter or customer. You'll click on, I'm just going to click on take me to ARIIX USA. And that will take me to the similar process. Let me wait for it to load. Okay. So we are releasing a new enrollment process, which is a lot easier to follow. And what it does is you'll see one cool thing to understand, Rick, and if you don't want me to talk about it, let me know. But one cool feature is that we have what is called a pack manager in the new enrollment, and it's super easy to follow. It allows you as the sponsor at a certain rank to set what packs are seen by your downline organization. Okay, so for example, if you just want certain reps or certain promoters to see the slenderized stuff, then you can set it to default for anyone that you enroll to see that, okay? You can also toggle on and off the business levels. So if you had that comp plan training with Ian, you understand why these business levels are important. So you can actually turn these on or off so that your rep or promoter sees them or doesn't see them. So they can pick and choose, you know. And then just one really important thing to understand is if I leave it as is and choose ultimate level as my business level, I'm telling the system going forward, this is my goal. I want to reach ultimate. So all my personal volume, including customer volume, used towards getting me to ultimate within the first 4 weeks. Okay. That'll generate a team lead bonus for my sponsor of up to 1,500 points, which is 450 USD. If I tell the system I want to enroll just as a business, then the system is gonna pretty much just say, when I clicked on it, it'll automatically link me down to the business packs. But with the pack manager, you'll either see the default or you'll see what you as a promoter chose for your new enrollees. But you'll also notice that at the top, we now have this, and it's maybe a little small, but it says your goal is business level, 500 PV, and then it'll tell you need 500 PV. So whenever it'll give me automatically the packs that hit that mark. But if I wanted to do a la carte, I can just go down and click build my own. And when I add that with the same process as the shopping cart, you'll see that it said add it to my cart. And then you'll also see that up here, it says 445 personal volume points left to reach my 500 point threshold that I chose, right? So whatever business level you choose, that's what will happen on here. Again, you guys as promoters in the new enrollment will have the option to turn this on or off. And then you can show what packs that you want, right? The minimum activation is the 200 points. So whatever business module you're following, that's what I would go off of. Okay, and then once you select the pack, I'll just choose a business pack just to keep going. So once I select the pack, it'll give me this little brief notification. I've achieved the level that I want. Do I want to proceed, or do I want to set up to go even higher, or do I want to keep shopping? I'll just click proceed to keep going, just for training purposes. And then it's going to take me to the same process as the shopping cart. Okay, so it'll give me to review my cart content. I can empty the cart. I can keep shopping. It'll tell me the stuff that I have on here, the PV, how much it's costing me. This 3-month point release schedule is you can buy product for up to 3 months, and then release the volume each month according to your qualification cycle. I probably wouldn't do this for the first enrollment, maybe for future orders, but on your initial order, I wouldn't recommend doing that. And then it'll just tell you the 3-month volume disbursement guarantees that you'll be commission qualified for 3 months. So you'll pay everything up front, but then the volume will be split into the 3-month cycle. You'll hit next. And then, like I mentioned, it'll go back to the same protocol of, okay, now we can fill out the information. Now, again, this here, this set placement will be unique in the new enrollment process where you'll see a graphic tree. I'll click on this. I don't think they have because it's a training account, we shouldn't have any issues with loading a tree. But when you have a huge organization, it'll take a while to load. But so you have the option, you can do default placement, which I will show you what that means when I go up to the other sections. Manual placement, you can do a manual placement. That means that you know exactly where you want to place them. So you have the ID of your promoter or representative, and you know that you want them on their line 1 or 2. Then the graphic tree will do exactly what it did when I clicked on it. It'll give you your organization, and it'll show you, let's see if I can zoom in on it. Okay, there we go. So it'll show you available. So this will give you the available nodes in your organization that you can enroll. And when you click on one of those, it'll automatically select it for you. Excuse me. It'll lock that position so that if there's another simultaneous enrollment going on at the same time, it'll prevent the other person doing the enrollment from selecting this and doing a double enrollment in the same position. You can search by name, so you may not know the ID, but you have a name. If you click on search by name, you can type in their name and it'll pull up their information. Then when you scroll down, you'll see you can add it as a company or as an individual. You'll have required fields for each market accordingly. So you'll have their government ID, whether it's a social security number or a tax ID number. You'll need their first and last name, their date of birth, and then you can add a co-applicant if you wish underneath here. The preferred language, that means that you are letting us know how you prefer to receive all ARIIX communication. So if you choose English, you'll get all your emails in English. Anytime we send out any communication, it's gonna come in English. If you switch it to one of the other languages, that's where you'll receive your communication in. Then you'll choose your primary address. You can click I need online privacy. So that means that you will not be added onto any of our mailing lists. So if you have someone that wants to click on that, just let them know that this means they will not receive any emails regarding ARIIX. So if there's a promotion going on, they won't receive any of that. And any other information that we think it's important to their business, they won't receive the email. And then they'll need to agree, to the terms and conditions. We assume that when you're doing this enrollment, you are with them at the time of the enrollment. So they'll need to agree to the terms and conditions. And then you as the sponsor will need to agree to the terms and conditions as well. And then when you hit next, it's literally the same process that I followed in the shopping cart. So you'll do you'll click the card, how you want to pay for it. If you do decide to share your e-wallet, and this might not make any sense right now, but when I do talk about an e-wallet, you'll see what I mean. If you decide to share some of your e-wallet credit to pay for this order, it'll show in that same place where you can choose a card, and then they'll see an e-wallet balance as well. Okay, so that's pretty much the enrollment process through XOffice for a new representative or promoter. I'll click on the customer one. It's identical to it, with the only difference is that, like we mentioned in the comp plan training, the customers do not hold an actual position in the tree. They count as your personal volume. So you won't see any placement for them. You'll see the same process, and then when we launch the new enrollment process and when we slowly start to introduce the new process for everything, it'll all be similar to what you see in new enrollment for rep and customers and the shopping cart as well. And then that'll also be linked to your ARIIX Connect app. So you want to keep everything uniform so you don't have to learn new platforms every time. And it's just a streamlined process for everything. So for the new customer, you won't see anything that says business level. You won't see how many points I need to activate. Oh, sorry. One thing I forgot to mention with the rep is you can actually proceed to the shopping cart without buying any volume, and then it will automatically charge them for the $34.95 boss, which includes access their XOffice access to all the reports. So if you all you would do is just go straight to the shopping cart, and it'll pop a message saying, "Hey, we're gonna do the manual blah blah blah, the automatic boss." Once you go through the process, if they do have volume, it'll automatically add that total at the end. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your enrollment, that there is that $34.99 fee that'll be added automatically, whether they have volume or not. Okay. So the shopping cart or the enrollment process for the customer is identical to the rep. They'll have the filters by the brand, the category, and the volume. They won't see the loyalty product yet because they haven't accessed that yet. You can search the same way for the product, or you can shop by the brand underneath, and then you'll see the same layout without any enrollment packs for a customer, right? Customers can purchase enrollment packs, but because we're assuming they're just consuming the product, we don't really show any of those packs to them. We show them more of non-enrollment packs. So depending on what they want to purchase, I'm just going to choose the MOA. Okay, I'll just do the MOA pouches. And it'll show me add to cart. Sorry. Should not show me that. Give me 1 second. It should give me the whole similar process to the rep. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, take me to USA. So it'll let me add it to a cart or to an auto delivery. If you guys have not talked about the auto delivery with your customer, you don't necessarily have to do it. But if you want to give them a discount, so this is what it should look like. It should say add to cart auto delivery and the quantity. And then it'll show here, create an auto delivery order to receive an additional 15% discount. This is where you guys can earn some extra money if you're doing a retail incentive. So if you sign them up for an auto delivery and you are buying at wholesale price, then you'll receive the difference, which is 15% of what they're buying. If they don't set up an auto delivery and they just click add to cart, then they'll pay that full retail price and you'll get the full 30%, the full difference between retail and 30%. And then I'll just click add to cart and then I'll check out. You'll see that there's one item here, whereas before it gave me volume as a representative. With the customer, it didn't. So you'll click on that and then it'll take me to the checkout process, which is again, all similar. It all functions the same. The only difference is now this one will give me a little message saying, do I want to save an additional 15%? This is up to you as the promoter, representative, how you want to teach this. If you want to give them a discount, you may go ahead and do that and say, yes, I want to save an additional discount and explain it to them. And then it'll give them that 15% discount. And then you click next. And they'll fill out all the information. For a customer, all we need is their first and last name, date of birth, and then a credit card and an email. We don't need any social security information or anything like that because they're not doing the business and they're not earning any commission at all. So they'll just fill out the information and then they'll hit next and I'll just fill this out just so you can see. So they'll fill out the information and they'll hit next. And then once they move forward with this, it'll ask them for a payment information. If you guys have with the customer, again, you can also share your e-wallet balance. If there is an e-wallet balance that has been shared with this customer, it'll give me that option on here when I set up the card for the first time. One thing is it'll say, again, if I haven't subscribed to the auto delivery, it'll give me that option again to save the additional percent on this order. I'll put in my card information, and then if I want to keep this card on file, I can click on that, and then I'll just need to verify my shipping information. And then at the bottom, it'll remind them who their sponsor is. So if you're doing the enrollment and they're your personal customer and you don't see your name on here, it means that you're probably logged into someone else's account. So you have to go back, log out, and make sure you're logged into yours. And then you hit submit the order and it goes through and you have their enrollment done, okay? So that's the enrollment side of XOffice. Now we do have auto delivery. It's the same process as your shopping cart, your new rep, and your new customer enrollment. You'll see this little, if they don't have an auto delivery set up, you'll see this. If they have an auto delivery set up, it'll show them, let me pull up an auto delivery so I can show you. It'll show you what's on their auto delivery. And it'll just say when it's gonna be released. It'll tell you where it's shipping to, the point, and the order total, okay? You can click on, there'll be a little trash can to delete it, and then there'll be a little pencil to edit if you want to change it. If you decide to edit the auto delivery, when you hit on edit, it'll take you to the same process again to choose the market, so that because it wants to know if you're going to change or remove or add stuff, and then it'll make you go through the entire process of choosing the pack, the shipping address, the card, but it won't physically charge your card. A lot of people think that it'll charge your card because you're going through the entire process again. It's not. It's just verifying all your information to make sure that you still want to send it to the same address, that you still want to use the same card on file. Okay. So let's go back to the landing page, and we'll start with the more, what I think is important for the health of your business. So you will see we have the lifestyle perks, we have the dashboard, the smart link, and the ARIIX pay, okay? All of these can be found up here. So if I were to go to shop, I can go to the shopping cart. I can do a new rep, I can do a new customer, and I can do an auto delivery, okay? So the same quick links that we see here, we see up at the top in these links. You can pull your order history by clicking on here. So this probably won't yield anything for me because it's a brand new account. Well, there is an order actually on there. So you'll see the order number, the status of the order, when it was placed, and the total amount, and then you'll see a hyperlink. On the right-hand side, you'll see a tracking number. So if you're wondering where your order is that you've placed, it'll give you a tracking number, and you can click on that hyperlink, and it'll tell you what the carrier was that it was sent through. So it'll tell you where your order is. If you click on the hyperlink for the order number, it'll actually pop up this little kind of invoice and tell you a more detailed explanation of what's on the order, okay? You can print it, you can save it, whatever you wish to do with it. And then under the shop, you'll also see the warranty registration. That's for you guys to register your air purification unit so that you can register the lifetime warranty. And then you can shop by brands as well, okay? The enroll, if I click on it, it's the same as if I would have done it through the quick link on the page. And then the dashboard, it's also the same as the dashboard, and I'll go over that right now. Then you have the library. So the library will show you what's available in regards to tools. It could be PDFs, forms that you may need, or training videos, and it's done by market. So if I wanted to see what materials I have available for the US, I will go to library, click on the US, and then it'll show me, I can filter it on the side by brand, similar to the shopping cart, or by materials. And then all of these will give me something, right? For example, we have the favorites, what we think is used the most. We have audio and video, and then sales tools, compensation plan, frequently asked questions. You can switch, you can keep it to the market for US or for your current market, and then switch it to the available languages. Once you click on that, it's only going to show you stuff that has been translated and approved. So if it has not been translated and approved, it will not reflect accordingly. But again, and then it'll show you also, for example, if I wanted to switch to see what's available for Europe, I can switch the material, and then it'll give me for Europe the breakdown. So I want United Kingdom, Spain, Switzerland, France, English, etc. And then it'll break it down for me, okay? Then you have My Business. The important tools for this one, is you have your auto delivery, and then you have again the dashboard. You have the boss, you have the manage promo code, and then your email. So on the manage promo code, this is for you guys to set up your promo code. There isn't a current promo code, so you'll see this for the first time, and then you'll click on create my promo code. You can type it in yourself and then save it, and it should tell me the success. If there's a promo code that's identical to Omar test, then it'll tell me, hey, this promo code's already been in use. So then I can either create the promo code, generate the code. Keep in mind that if I do generate a code for my current market, it'll change it it'll change the previous promo code. So every time I create a new one, it'll void the last one. Now you can create promo codes for other markets, but those we ask that you actually contact partner support to do, okay? So, and the reason being some markets have unique regulations with the promo codes. So if you're gonna create a promo code in Europe, we ask that you call us so that we can do it. Then you have the boss training. So I believe some of you have already received access to this, if I'm not mistaken. So you should be able, or maybe you will here in the near future, but you'll see this that says boss training. It's pretty much our digital boss. So what you will receive, your little portfolio of packets and stuff like videos and information, it's all now on here. Each one of these sections is designated to achieve a purpose. Down here, you have the digital boss magazines that you can print yourself or send digitally to a representative or a promoter. And then you have the Activate compensation plan, which will give you videos on the Activate compensation plan. You also have this really cool thing called Inside Look at XOffice, which has a bunch of little videos that show you how to navigate through the training that I'm giving right now. So if you have a question, even after I have done this training, after you've seen the video, after I've answered your questions, if you're still like unsure of something, you can go back in here and you'll see a video that'll tell you auto delivery, reports, commissions, sponsorship. So there is a training section just for XOffice as well. I will go back to the boss really quick. And then on the digital magazine, it'll show us the 2 magazines that are available for the field. And from here, you can print it, like I said, or you can actually download it yourself, or you can share it via email or any other platform to a prospect, okay? All right, so then the other important one is your calendar. That's the rolling calendar. And when you click on that, it'll just kind of, what it does is it shows you what we have available in regards to upcoming calls. So for example, we have an opportunity call for the A team. It's all on here. It'll, when you click on that, it should give you more information. So it'll give you the Zoom. If it's a public Zoom, it'll show you there. If it's more of a private one, it'll just show that it's on there, but it won't give you the actual link. So this is where you will find any upcoming calls. You can submit an event, but it has to be approved before it's even added to the calendar. Okay, and then the replicated sites. So the replicated sites, when you click on that, it'll give you what's available for your market. With the new digital boss, you'll have access to all of these, and you can activate all of them at the same time. If they're not activated, you'll see what we see for the Slenderize, which gives me the option to activate. If they are activated, you'll see a disable, edit, and a preview. The first time you come in, it'll give you a site manager, so you'll only see just this section up here, and you'll have to come up with the site name. You cannot use special characters. So if you do use a special character, it'll create a loop in the URL, which will not allow you to access your replicated sites. So just use alphanumeric and then hit save. You can always change it at any given time, but if it is already being used, it'll tell you it's being used. And then it'll tell you your URL, your corresponding URL for each individual replicated site is on top. And it'll show you hits. So how many times has someone clicked on your URL to see your site, okay? And I'll click briefly on the primes. You can edit them once you activate it. So once you activate the site, you can edit the replicated site. Most of them will give you the bottom. This one, it's kind of hard to see even for myself, but it says edit at the bottom. Like this changing colors making it difficult to see the edit, but you'll see a red edit box everywhere where you can actually edit the information. So like I can do edit for my social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus. I can join my mailing list, so I can have people put their name and email, and when they click submit, it'll give me their information so I can mail them stuff in the future, how to contact me, any little brief message I want to put on here. Okay, so that's the replicated section of stuff. And then each replicated site gives you the unique sections that you can update. Then one thing that's super important is the set placement. And like I mentioned when we were going over the enrollment, the default placement right now goes left to right. So if you come in with 3 lines, it'll go line 1, line 2, line 3. So the 4th person I enroll will automatically go to the bottom of that, and it'll just follow that same pattern. Unless I come in under my business and click set placement. Now what that does is it allows me to choose where I want to enroll everyone that comes in on their own. So for example, this one has a set placement default of income position 1, line 2. I'm telling the system, everybody that finds and stumbles upon my replicated sites or slash promoter, when they enroll themselves, they're automatically going to follow that second line. So no one will be enrolled on my line 1 when they find my link. So I'm telling the system, enroll every single person, line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, how many lines, but it's all gonna follow the line 2. So any new enrollments will go on the line 2, okay? I can check this box to disable manual placement. All this means that if I put my link up there, I do a public smart link for a new enrollment and people stumble upon it. If I check this box, I'm letting the system say default to line 2, and I'm not allowing them to choose their own placement. If I do not check this box, when they go through the enrollment process, where we saw the default and the tree, it gives them the option to actually kind of get curious and start clicking on that and enroll themselves wherever they please, which then what happens is you'll call me and say, okay, so this person enrolled and I have no clue where they enrolled themselves. Okay, and then we'll have to make the moves. So if you are going to use a public link or your replicated site to allow people to enroll and you're going to post it publicly, I would probably recommend that you use a set placement and check the box so that they cannot enroll themselves wherever they please in your tree. Okay, then you'll hit save. Down here you have these 2 really cool links. These links, one's for the top one is for a new representative or promoter enrollment, and then the bottom one is for a new preferred customer enrollment. So when you send these links or share these links on any of your social media platform, it allows the rep to enroll themselves without you having to touch anything. So when they click on it, all they will see is the enrollment form and the packs. They won't see any other stuff of logging into their XOffice. They can literally just enroll themselves without you having to worry about it. But then this is where the default placement comes into play. Okay, so that's really important to understand. If you have more questions on this, I'm more than happy to train on this anytime. Especially because a lot of people do kind of ask questions on how this works. It is kind of similar to a smart link. However, the smart link, you get to pick and choose what product's available. Whereas this enrollment process, they just see everything. They can choose the packs that they want. With the new enrollment site, obviously it'll be defaulted to the pack management on there. Okay, then you have the reports. The important ones on here, and I'll just briefly touch on these, but the important ones are gonna be your commissions and your savings bonus plan. Your savings bonus plan, when you click on it, it'll tell you any savings that you have up to date on the history. Again, with the comp plan training, you have to accumulate 10,000 points or $10,000 before it's deposited to your account. Then we reach out to you and congratulate you. Then it's deposited. After that, it gets deposited once every 4 weeks. Okay. So then you'll see on here, you'll see the pay date. the paid amounts, and the pay periods is the weeks. So it'll go by every 4 weeks. It'll show you when those were accumulated and then when they were paid. And then when you go to your commission and rebates, you'll see, please check a week. You can, when you click on the down tab menu, you can choose how many weeks from when to when to choose, and then you hit submit. Obviously, this account doesn't have any commissions, but if it did have some commissions, it would show. Let me just pull one up really quick. So if it did have some commissions, what you would see is you would see something along these lines, where it'll give you, it'll give you a brief explanation of the commission. So it should match kind of what you see on your dashboard. So you'll see the commission, the week, the commission base, the cost of living, and then any matching bonus. You'll see a team lead bonus, a total commission payout. If there are any adjustments, they'll reflect here. And what does that mean for you guys as the big six? You can pretty much get a loan through Assurance, which I don't know if it's been discussed, but it's almost like a lending finance company that you can finance a loan through them. And so the adjustments will reflect on here. When you click on it, it'll show you what that loan is. Or if, for example, you fall off cycle and then my team does an account adjustment to manually pay out your commission with the following commission payout, you'll see it on there as well. You can, when you click on the hyperlink for that given week, it'll take you to a breakdown of exactly how you earned your commissions, and you'll see matching bonus. It'll give you your 3 generations, 4 generations, 5 generations, depending on what it is. When you click on that, it's really cool because I know it's a lot of information, but it's really cool because you can actually see how it compressed dynamically. So this person has a paid level 1. So all these people are counting as their first generation, which they're getting with the 2x 15% of this. And then you'll see down here, sponsored level 2. So this person, Sebastian Antonio, is actually a level 2 generation for this account, but because of dynamic compression, it all compressed up, and now they're counting towards the first generation. And then you'll see the 3rd generation people that actually compressed up. So when you do, it's really cool to see how it compresses. It's awesome. I love this tool. But yeah, so once you keep clicking, you'll see which one's counted towards that. You'll see this 4th generation actually counted as a 3rd. So it's a really awesome tool. You'll also be able to see your income position bonus, payline bonus, if applicable. And then adjustments are down here again. This one doesn't have a team lead payout for that week, but if there was a team lead payout, it'll reflect similar to this little matching bonus box, where you can click on the percentage of that team lead bonus and it'll give you a breakdown of who you receive that on, okay? All right, so then the other important one, you guys will have access to all of these, but I won't go into details to all of them because I think a lot of them you kind of won't utilize right away, but we can always hold a training in the future. So the ones that people use the most are actually action needed, the gold run report and the 2x report, and the title advancement. We do use the orders and the failed auto deliveries. So I'll briefly touch on these. But so a gold run report and the 2x report function exactly the same. Whatever you're choosing to do, you're gonna click on, let's say this one's a gold run, right? So I'm gonna tell the system, I want to know how many people in my organization need 1 to 2 more representatives in the next 10 days to achieve gold status. Then when I hit run, it's gonna go through my entire organization, and it's gonna give me everyone that falls under this category that has 10 days left to get 2 more people. No results found, but if there was some results, it'll show me their name, and I'll pull a report on the other account just to show you guys what I mean. But if there were anyone that falls under that category, it'll give me their information so that I can actually reach out to them and say, hey, we have 10 days to get 2 more representatives sponsored. Let's work on getting you gold status because here's the benefits, matching bonus, so on, right? Same with the 2X membership. It'll show me how many of those are within the 500 threshold to get the 2X for free, so it could double their bonuses. One cool thing is, and I'll use the auto delivery. So if I want to know who had a failed auto delivery, I'll click on failed auto delivery for that week. I can choose my current week or I can choose the previous week, but obviously the current week is the one that I care about. I can customize the settings. So if I don't want to look at my entire organization, let's say I talk to Rick and Rick says, Omar, you're killing it on your line 1, but your line 2 is horrible. Like you're not making money because all your people are on line 1. Like you want to make money, let's start focusing on your line 2. Then I would run, every report allows me to do this. I can actually filter it by choosing composition 1, and then it'll give me my lines. So I can choose line 2, and then I can run reports from who has a failed auto delivery to who needs 2 more people to go gold to who needs whatever points to reach the 500 threshold for 2x. So it'll let me filter it out by line instead of my entire organization. I can actually select the output as well. So what do I want? Their name, their ID, their phone number, their email, etc. That information can be applicable here just by clicking on what. So let's say I want the address too, I can put that. Let's say I don't care about their title, I can remove that out the way, just send it back this way. Whatever the case may be, you can just add whatever you want on your report, okay? And then you can sort it however you want. I usually don't touch the sorting, and then I just hit the run report and it runs it for me. And it'll look, let me pull this report on a live account just so you guys can see what it looks like. And then what it does is it'll yield a report similar to this one if it doesn't take too long. But it'll give me the hyperlink to the account. So it'll give me the ID with the hyperlink that I can click on, and it'll show me their information like a 2x, do they have 2x, yes or no. Depending on the report, it'll show me when the last order was that they purchased and whatnot. So that's what so the failed auto delivery tells me how many auto deliveries failed that week. That means that they declined for one reason or another. So this group of people do not have an auto delivery for this week, okay? The other one that people use a lot are the canceled auto delivery. So again, all the reports function the same. It'll show me anyone that falls into the category of an auto delivery that was canceled. So meaning this is the week that they had to have the auto delivery, but they canceled it. So I want to know who stopped their auto delivery. I would click on cancel auto delivery and I would run the auto delivery report. The 4-week cycle, that one just generates a report of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like a foreshadowing who has an auto delivery in the future. So it'll tell me when I click on a 4-week cycle, it'll show me, again, the similar function. All the reports have the similar function, so you can tailor them to your needs. But it'll show me this. If this account had sponsorships that were active, it'll say for week 21, week 22, 23. So it's like it's forecasting what's going to happen in the future. So if I had an active organization, it would show me how many auto deliveries are projected to process on week 23. So this would show 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, right? It just depends on the account. And then that way I can keep an eye on those auto deliveries so I can kind of manage my business and estimate how much volume is going to come of my organization. Okay, and then the other report, you can do your title advancement history so you can see your title advancement and how far you've become. You can also these are actually pretty cool. You can do a downline power ranking. So this one, as a promoter, if you guys really want to promote that power ranking, you can show top 10 of your own personally sponsored enrollees and then hit run. And what it does is it'll show you the top 10 that I personally sponsored in the power ranking. This one is not an active account, so it won't show me who's on there, but just to touch base on that auto delivery report that I was talking about. Oh man, where'd it go? Not sure why it keeps kicking me out when I drag it over to the other screen. So when you run that auto delivery for 4-week cycle, I'll just wait for it to load. Sorry, guys. I promise it had already loaded, and then when I dragged it over, it just kind of vanished. And I don't know why it's doing that. But So I just wanted to show you guys what the 4-week cycle forecast looks like so you can kind of have an idea of what your business is doing. Okay. Oh, come on. Please load. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it's being slow. It loads on my other screen, but when I drag it over here, it's like, why isn't it not showing? But okay, so I guess I won't be able to show you guys what it looks like, but you'll be able to see how many auto deliveries are projected for that specific week, which is really cool because then you can kind of keep an eye on the health of your team, especially if you have. Okay, so now it loaded, and I bet you it's gonna be on. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, sweet, it loaded. Okay, so this is why I think it's really cool. So, like for example, this particular account, it's projected to have 24 auto deliveries on income position line 1, and then 18 on line 2. And then at the bottom, income position 2, it has projection of 5 and then of 1, and it'll tell me how the volume projected for that week. So I can actually kind of, if I'm trying to help someone rank, I can actually utilize this, or if I'm trying to help myself rank, I can utilize this to kind of see what's going on and where I need to work. So it's a really, really cool report to run. One person that you are gonna get to know is probably Aaron Decker. He loves running this report. This is like the one report he always utilizes all the time. And if something's off, he picks it up from here and from his failed auto deliveries. But this is a really, really cool report. It's actually one of my favorites. So yeah, it'll show you literally what's kind of projected to happen in your business. And you can see this account has numerous income positions, and it kind of shows me who's active in which income position. Like there's only one auto delivery projected on my income position 7. So if I wanted to really grow that income position 7, I would have some work to do. Okay. All right. So let's continue just so we can get this completed. And then let's do the dashboard, which I kind of left towards the end. So the dashboard, again, it's the health of your business, the health of your organization. When you click on it, it'll give you a more detailed explanation rather than what we saw on the scrolling dashboard. So it'll tell you your current title, and then it'll give you your highest weekly payline volume. And then it'll show you the next 3 titles, right? It'll tell you what you need to actually achieve those titles. And then it'll show you in green kind of your process, okay? So for example, if I see, let me use this account. So like in this account, their next title would be, or the current title is president, and then their next title would be chief executive officer. But in order to achieve that, I would need 26,668 points. And then it shows me that this account only has 2,336 payline volume points. So it just kind of tracks the growth of the business for that advancement. And then it'll give me, again, just the volume, what's going on in my organization, new volume carryover, power ranking. It'll show me where I'm at. It'll give me worldwide, region, and country, and then the percentage that contributed to that power ranking. And then your auto delivery cycle, it'll show you your qualifying week. This is blacked out because it's an unqualified account, but if I were qualified, this week would match with one of these. It'll tell me personal volume, PC volume is my customer volume, qualifying volume, and then auto balance. So if I had a total of 100 personal volume points, 200 customer volume points, it would show 100 to qualify me and then 200 to auto balance, right? Because PC volume counts as personal volume. So it's actually really cool to see how. It won't reflect up here how it's going to auto balance. The reason being, when we run commissions, what the system does is it runs an algorithm and a SQL to place 1 point in every possible position in your tree to give you the highest payout. We've talked about ARIIX being one of those companies that would always show you how to make money. That auto balancing feature does exactly that. It places 1 point, each individual point that you have that will auto balance, it'll place it in every possible scenario, and it'll find the highest payout for you, and that's where it'll utilize them. So you don't have to worry about doing that. Luckily, I don't have to worry about calculating that because some organizations are just massive. So the system does it for us. Okay, and then the team lead bonus, it'll show me a breakdown of how much I earned for that. Then down here is another really cool report. It shows you the active status of personally sponsored reps. So if I have sponsored reps down here, when I click on that down tap arrow, it'll show me, because this account doesn't really have much activity, it's only going to show me one person that I sponsored. And if they're active, it'll show a check. If they're not active, then it won't show a check mark. So the 2 people that I personally sponsored are not active, so there is no check mark, okay? So that's the dashboard. And then let me make sure I didn't miss any other important reports. Okay, so then there's the account settings. You can change your personal information on the account by clicking, oh, that's one thing I remembered. Okay, so for your guys's, where to go? For the default placement, when we're setting up the default placement on your organization, you're gonna wanna come in and actually set up your email. So when you click on your email, go to your settings, and then you're just gonna update the email information. So you'll put your name and just your email address and hit save, I agree. If not, when you go to your default placement and you try, or sorry, to your set placement and you try to set it up, it'll tell you no email has been activated, okay? So when you go here and you click save, it'll give you an email error. All it wants you to do is just what I did. Just go to your, excuse me, just go to my business email settings and just set up your email and hit save. Then you have you can modify your password through here. You have payment information, which is your payment schedule. That's on your air filter unit if you financed it. And then you have your taxes, which will be any 1099s that are applicable to your business. If you don't see a 1099 on here, it means that you didn't meet the threshold, which I doubt any of you will have any problems with that, but it just means you didn't meet the minimum threshold to get a 1099. However, you can still request it by calling my team and we'll get it for you. And then you have ARIIX Pay, which I'll go over. Under recognition, this is where you would set what you want how you want to be recognized. Sorry, I don't know why I started there. How you want to be recognized. So my name could be Omar Moreno, but I want to be recognized as Omi. Okay, so anytime I rank or something, all they're gonna see is Omi. So that's where you would put your recognition. You can also find other people that have been recognized on here. And then you have Insight, which is if you are, Insight is like the little help desk of ARIIX. So when you click on that, it'll take you to our help desk where you can search pretty much anything. So Vinali, if it'll load, I can type in Vinali and then when I hit enter, it'll give me any applicable material that we have for Vinali that includes frequently asked questions. Like for example, this one says, if I'm allergic to grapes, will I be allergic to Vinali? And the answer is most individuals who have a true allergy to grapes are able to take Vinali, okay? So I can pretty much find almost any information on here. We are always working to get the most updated information. So if you might see something that's outdated, please let me know. And then we can get the right information updated on there so that you guys can utilize this tool. Okay, and then to log out, you just click log out, but let me just go back to the home page so that I can touch base on that e-wallet and ARIIX Pay. Okay. So ARIIX Pay, you can click it on the smart link or you can go through the account setting up here. It doesn't matter which way you go. So you'll click on ARIIX Pay. Well, the first time that you click on ARIIX Pay as a new representative, you'll see Get Paid Your Way. It'll give you a brief explanation of what ARIIX Pay is. And so ARIIX Pay just gives you, the promoter representative, the freedom to be paid how you choose. Okay, we're not going to dictate how you want to be paid. We're not going to tell you you need to have a bank account. If you don't want to give us a bank account, that's fine. We have multiple ways that we can pay you and give you your money. So once you see that, you'll click get here to get started, and then it'll take you to, and I'll share this other account that has it already set up. So it'll take you to this little looking thingy here, where it says everything will be zeroed out. Excuse me. Everything will be zeroed out. And it'll give you kind of a brief explanation. Now, one thing to remember is that we have to have a total of 100%, okay? Remember how I said ARIIX allows you to get paid how you wish? This is where you tell the system, I wanna get paid 20% to this account, 80% this way. So ARIIX allows you to distribute your money how you please. You can get it all in one area or you can split it up. It doesn't matter. You decide, right? We just have to make sure it totals 100%. Trust me, I can't tell you how many times I've had people call me, tell me this doesn't work. And then I look at their math and it's completely off. And I'm like, you look at your math. And when you click save, it'll tell you like your math is off. I mean, it won't say it in those exact words, but it'll say you have to accrue to, it has to accumulate to 100%. Okay, if it's blocked out, it means that it has one, either not, you haven't enrolled in it, or it's not active, it's not activated, or it's not applicable for your market. Now, the reason why some markets don't have all the ARIIX Pay features available is just because of legalities. And it takes certain things for us to actually get in the market and pay you specific ways, especially with like a bank account. We need to be in the market legally and have a business entity to pay you in your currency. It's really important to understand that because ARIIX does have what we call supported markets. It means that we can ship to this market, but we are not legally in there to provide you a price list in their currency, and we cannot pay you in their currency. So we use one of the other currencies to pay them in, which then comes into play e-wallets and ARIIX Exchange. So ARIIX Exchange is similar to Hyperwallet, Paylution, any other kind of like a PayPal type of company where we fund this account, and then from within that platform, you choose how to distribute your money. So ARIIX Exchange is powered by a company called iPayout. This feature is actually really cool because what it does is it goes in as USD, whether you're in the US or any other market. And then from within the platform of iPayout, you can choose to transfer that money for a small fee to a bank in a different market. So for example, if I am in the Ukraine, and I'm just using this as an example, I don't really know if Ukraine's available for ARIIX Exchange, but if I'm in the Ukraine, but I have family in the US and I'm doing the business through the US, I can transfer my money that's been paid out to ARIIX Exchange in USD. I can transfer it to my Ukrainian bank account, and it'll give me like a $4 or $5 fee. I don't remember, and I'll receive it in my currency. Okay, but I have to do it from within the platform, and there are small fees. The cool thing about it is some of these fees are a lot cheaper than going through wire transfers in a bank from bank to bank. So that's one awesome benefit. The other benefit for ARIIX Exchange is that you get a Visa card that acts just like any other card. Okay, you can utilize it online. You can go to an ATM and use it. So it's really, really cool. We give you guys 2 bank accounts to receive your money in. So you can have up to 2 bank accounts to distribute your payments. This account has 2, 80% are going to the first account, and then 20% of the commissions to the second account. So when you receive your payment, you'll see it split into 2 accounts, or this account will see it split into 2 accounts. Assurance is what I was referring to, that whole finance company. You can actually invest in the company. And then e-wallet. This one is really awesome. So e-wallet allows you to keep a virtual currency on your account. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that if I don't want to receive my commissions to a bank account, ARIIX will hold that money in my virtual account. I can use that money to pay for product. I can use that money to enroll new representatives. So for example, if I'm getting $10,000 a week on commissions and it's all going to my e-wallet account, I can transfer my $10,000, let's say I transfer $1,000 to help enroll Rick as a new promoter. So when he goes in through the enrollment process, he'll see a balance of his account of $1,000 in his e-wallet that I gave him to transfer and him to utilize for his enrollment. Now, one thing to understand with e-wallets is before I transfer it, I do need to set up a PIN, and my team will request that you give us the PIN. The reason being is because if you have a PIN, it's a security method for us to protect you and your money. Or not, if not, If people know you have your money in your e-wallet, anyone would be able to call and say, hey, I want to transfer this money to me, right? So we want to stop that. So we want to protect you and your teams. So we will ask you to verify the PIN. It'll tell you to set up your PIN. We will never give you the PIN. It works just like a credit card PIN. We'll never be able to relay it back to you. So if you do lose your PIN, you'll have to go in and reset it yourself. Um, but yeah, we will need to verify that PIN when you call us to do it. When you do it online, it'll ask you to actually use your PIN. So once you enroll for the first time, you'll be able, once you enroll, you'll see manage. And if I had the disbursement change, I'll be able to manage my e-wallet. The other cool thing about e-wallet is if I put all my commissions into my virtual currency, I can still cash that out. Okay. So for example, if I'm like, okay, now I want it in my bank account, I would go into my account like this. I go into ARIIX Pay, and then, excuse me, I would switch the disbursement. So if it was all 100 to e-wallet, I would switch it to direct deposit or ARIIX exchange, wherever I want my money. Then I would hit save. So what happens is the system is gonna wait until the next commission run, and then it'll move your money from ARIIX e-wallet to the method you chose to receive your payment in. I know that I don't know how far we are from this, but one really cool thing that I know we're trying to do is when you send it over to your e-wallet and you decide to cash out, we're trying to make it to where it does it live. So you don't have to wait for the commission run. Like you can cash out to a different bank account, to a US account, to a whatever account, and then it'll charge you a fee according to the bank transfer fee. But we're working on trying to make that live so you don't have to wait to your next commission run, okay? One important thing about e-wallet is that once you transfer your money, if it's derived from a commission, you can always cash it out. If your e-wallet balance is derived from a manual adjustment from partner support, you can only use it for future product purchases or on ARIIX Travel. If I transfer it to another representative or a customer, that representative or promoter or customer cannot cash that money out. They can only use it for future product, okay? If they purchase product through the e-wallet money that I send them and they decide to return the amount, the e-wallet amount will be returned to me, but at that point, it is only applicable as a product credit and I cannot cash it out, okay? So it's really important to understand that once you start the transfer of your e-wallet amount, once it comes back to you, it's only applicable to future product purchases, okay? Another cool thing about e-wallet is we utilize it a lot, especially in markets where people are having a hard time getting a bank account. There are some markets that, like Mexico is one huge market where it's really difficult for a Mexican citizen to own a bank account because of all the fees that they have. So a lot of them opt out for this e-wallet amount. And the cool thing about that is you can actually convert your e-wallet to a different currency to pay for product in that currency. So that's really awesome. Like if I want to buy some Mexican product or some American product, but I'm in China, I can go in, do the conversion through my e-wallet on that balance and then utilize that to purchase. I will need my PIN number, again, just for security purposes, but I will be able to utilize that e-wallet in any currency that ARIIX functions in, okay? So that's really cool. I would definitely kind of recommend some of you guys to play with it here and there, especially if you have promoters or leaders that can afford certain packs. You know, just it helps them out a lot. It's really cool. And I think I covered everything.